Hi there, Martin Stone here from Switch On Health, and I'm very happy today to be joined by our first ever graduate in Western Herbal Medicine. I've got with me today Bruce Stafford from Victoria. So, Bruce, thanks for joining us.
Yes, no problem, Martin. Happy to be here.
Excellent. Thank you, Bruce. And congratulations, obviously, on not just graduating, but being our first graduate in Western Herbal Medicine. So, well done.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So, look, first of all, Bruce, would you like to just tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to be studying herbal medicine with Switch On Health?
Yeah, sure. Look, I'm an existing practitioner, so I'm actually a doctor of Chinese medicine. And I wanted to, I guess, add another qualification in Western medical herbs just to my resume, as it were.
Yep.
And I also wanted to use the Western medical herbs in the practice because I think there are a range of things that does extremely well. And I just wanted to be able to add that to, I guess, the list of things that I'm able to do for patients. So I had a bit of a look around at the different options, and I had a look at some of the unis and bits and pieces. But one of the issues as an existing practitioner, I don't really want to go back and do this massive, you know, 6-year part-time degree with 800 clinical hours and all that sort of stuff. It's just a lot of effort. And I've also been through that, obviously with other qualifications. And um, whilst they're very good, they do have a lot of filler in there, I think. And with your courses, I thought they were very to the point. They really get down to the nub of what you need to know to be a good practitioner. And from that point of view, that really did sort of appeal to me. So that sort of led to me beginning with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruce. That's great feedback. It's really good to hear. So you're an existing TCM practitioner, acupuncturist, yeah?
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yep.
All right. So I'm curious because I guess with the philosophy and the approach behind prescribing herbal medicines in TCM is obviously a little bit different to Western herbal medicines, and sometimes we're even using the same herbs, but we're using them in different ways. So, for
Yes.
example, the way that I might prescribe Buplurum or Schisandra, these are both Chinese herbs. You might use them differently. I'd be thinking about the active constituents maybe, and you might be thinking about whether they're heating or cooling. Can you tell us a little bit about, how do you sort of reconcile the two, or, was there any confusion or any issues for you with that, or how do you navigate that?
Yeah. So look, there is a real difference in between Chinese medicine and naturopathic medicine. And it's not only from the herbs that we use, but it's also in the methods that we use to diagnose what's happening, with the patient.
Yeah.
So Chinese medicine, as you sort of touched on, it's a lot about, deficiency, excess, heat, cold, um, all these sorts of things. And one of the major things I use in my practice is pulse diagnosis. And from the pulse, I can see what's happening with the organs. I can also tell whether or not they're, yin or yang deficient, if they have excess or deficiency, or if they're heat or cold in their organs. And so not only do I use, I guess, the naturopathic approach to herbs that's taught in this course, but I also have done research of and fully understand all the energetic qualities of all the herbs. So, are they hot or cold? Do they supplement yin or yang? All this side of it as well. And so I guess what I do in my practice, it is a real mix. It is a mix between Chinese medicine diagnostics and prescribing. But from the qualification I did with you guys, I also learnt a lot of very useful naturopathic diagnostics to add to my bow, and also the naturopathic use of herbs. And depending on what the patient comes in with, and depending on what I'm treating, whether or not it's what we call the root or the branch of the problem, I may take one or another approach within the clinic. So, yeah, it was a bit of a challenge for me having to learn all the naturopathic diagnostics and the naturopathic approach to things. But that's fine. I knew that's what the course was about. But it has added another string to my bow in the practice, in that I kind of have the best of both worlds now. So, and I can apply what I need to based on the patient and what sort of objectives that the patient has.
Love it. Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, I'm really happy to hear that you're able to basically integrate the two and, use what's appropriate for your clients, which, I think as natural medicine practitioners, we do have a lot of different tools in our toolkit, depending on our training. So yeah, it's great that we can basically choose the right tools for that particular person at that particular time with whatever they're presenting with.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Just coming back before, you mentioned, you've studied with other colleges. It's great what you said, that, you thought ours was quite kind of, to the point and included what you need to know without having a whole bunch of other fluff to pad it out. Now, when we had a quick chat last week, he did say something to me. I can't remember exactly what it was. He said, I think he said it was more thorough than you expected, or something like that.
Yeah. So when I sort of think about the course materials, it was more thorough than I was expecting. And I mean, you guys certainly put me through my paces. So it's certainly, in terms of the assessments and the quality of the information, it's certainly right up there with any of the degree side that I've studied. And look, the materials, they were really practical, really thorough, clearly written by practitioners and people who've had some practical experience with things. Obviously, as practitioners, there is a difference between the theory of things and also the practice of things. And often, if you just get academics writing materials and writing courses, you do lose that whole practical element. And I feel as though you guys address that really quite well. And look, the notes were just really concise. There were good references to the textbooks that were prescribed, and also other online learning resources, including a whole bunch of videos that I sort of found very useful to explain, I guess, another approach to a whole lot of things that I've probably been doing to date. And yeah, so look, overall, and look, the other, I think, real advantage is that I was able to do it in my own time.
Excellent.
So look, I get busy with life, as everyone else does. And the way I tend to learn is I kind of get in the mood and then I attack it, for 48 hours. I'll just hammer things for 48 hours and then I'm done for a little while and then I'll do it again, So I tend to attack the study that way and also the assessments that way. And so you guys would have got, 5 assessments from me in one weekend, for example, whereas I guess some others might do that over a 6-month period. And that's one of the advantages of studying in this way, because you can do it at your own pace to fit around what you're doing. So I thought that was quite good as well.
Excellent. Thanks, Bruce. You're saying so many things that, when we thought about, okay, what's the best way to build the course, to design it, to deliver it, to support people as they go through, you're basically picking up on all the things that we wanted to provide. So that's really great feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Do you go to seminars as an existing practitioner? Or did before the last couple of years?
Well, yeah, like I probably did before the last few years, but that sort of killed all that off, didn't it? But look, it's mainly online stuff that I would do. And a lot of what I've done has been online sort of Chinese medicine related things, or acupuncture or needling related things. So that's basically the majority of what I've done previously.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, great. So I think just one last question for you, Bruce. What's next? What are your plans for the future?
No more study this year.
Well, there's only 3 weeks left of it, or 1 month left of this year. So
I know. No,
that's an easy one.
I've hammered it out, and I've had my fill this year, so that's been all good. My head's full, and I'll need the Christmas period to decompress. But look, who
Sounds good.
knows? I might pick up something else next year. I don't really know, but I'll
Yeah.
continue to practice, continue to integrate sort of that best of both worlds into my practice. And I mean, one thing I will say is that previously, with people coming in with gut health issues and things like IBS and upper digestive tract issues. I always got reasonable results with Chinese medicine, but the great thing about this course is that it's really taught me a lot from a naturopathic point of view on how to handle that stuff, and my
Right.
results are actually far better from a naturopathic point of view for people who
Right.
do present with those issues. So that's
Right.
been really good. So I'll continue to apply that for people who come in
Mm.
with those sort of ailments to the clinic.
Excellent. Well, Bruce, look, I think you're a really good example here for people. You really show that even once we graduate, once we qualify as practitioners, obviously it doesn't stop there. We keep learning. Sometimes the learning is just through professional development activities that we do every year. Sometimes we decide, okay, we're going to add another tool to the toolkit or add an extra qualification. And, as you said, we just learn more, we grow, we evolve, we get to offer our clients more and we get better results with them. And yeah, this is the career path that we're on. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, that's true. I mean, that's the nature of this work, is that you
Mm,
really do, you never stop
mm,
learning. And, you always get presented with patients who, you haven't really treated that thing before, or you haven't done it very well. So it always pays to
mm,
have, I guess, a broad range of resources available to
mm,
you to be
mm.
able to do the best you can for your patients.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, awesome. Well, Bruce, congratulations once again. Thank you so much for your feedback today and for having this chat with us. And,
Yep.
thank you for being a practitioner and doing what you do and, choosing a career where you are helping other people to live a happier and healthier life. That's
Yep.
what it's all about.
Yep. Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Bruce. Take care.
Okay. Cheers, man.